Hello, my name is Cresentia Carra Nethania Clement and I'm a student from University of Indonesia. Today I'm going to talk to you about women's image in cigarette advertisement in the first wave from 1870 to 1920 and the second wave from 1960 to 1980 of feminism in the Netherlands. In marketing, advertising plays major roles to increase sales quantity. Objects in advertisements often displayed female figures to sell products that may not directly related to them and depicted women as mere ornaments in promoting men's goods. One of these items is cigarettes, which have long been considered as masculine. In the early 19th century, smoking among women did not gain social acceptability in the European society. There were so many stereotypes surrounding them, and it was unusual for women to be seen smoking in public. However, the situation changed due to the feminism movement in the third quarter of the 19th century. Many women chose to smoke to challenge stereotypes about how women should behave. Therefore, women who had previously depicted as mere objects in advertisements for promoting men's goods finally appeared as smokers in advertisements by the end of the 19th century. Advertisements featuring a smoking woman published in several European countries, one of which is the Netherlands. A research question is formulated from this main problem. How is the figure of a woman paired with a man portrayed in cigarette advertisements published in the Netherlands during the first and the second wave of feminism? The research method used in these studies is the qualitative method to analyze the 5 cigarette advertisements that can be found in the collection 150 jaar Nederlandse reclame from the geheugenvannederland.nl website during the first wave from 1870 to 1920 and the second wave of feminism from 1960 to 1980. We are starting to discuss the analysis of these cigarette advertisements, but I should be explaining first the brief history of feminism in the Netherlands. Feminism is one of the new ideologies in the 19th century Europe that arises as a response to the injustices that women face due to the male superiority existing in patriarchal society. The first wave feminism in the Netherlands has the main goals such as giving women access to all forms of education and their rights to participate in the public sphere in the same circumstances as men, women's rights in the political movement such as the right to vote, legal reforms, and the rights of married women. Unlike the first wave, that focused more on women's legal rights, the second wave of feminism in 1960 to 1980 demanded some changes that covered more aspects of the patriarchal society. The main goals are the women fought sexism and criticized the objectification of women in the media. They also demanded their right to work. And in addition, some have led the campaign against pornography, arguing that it degrades women and encourages acts of rape and violence. Now I'm going to explain to you about the analysis of the 5 cigarette advertisements. The first cigarette advertisement is the Splendo cigarettes by Arda Tobacco Co. Limited in 1910. From these cigarette advertisements, we can see the slogan in the bottom of the advertisements that says, "De lieveling van het publiek." The lieveling van het publiek, it is in Dutch language and can be translated as people's favorites or public favorites. It can imply that these cigarettes are the public's favorites for both women and men, and it can be consumed for women and men too by viewing the picture that is portrayed in the cigarettes advertisements. Here we can see that the women also smoke the same cigarette as the man, and in this advertisement we can see that the woman and the man look comfortable together. From their body language, it can be inferred that they are in a mutual relationship where they support and rely on each other. And the second cigarette advertisement is the Roxy Cigarette in 1968 to 1969. In this cigarette advertisement, we can see the slogan "Opsteken." Opsteken is a Dutch word that means light up. By including an exclamation at the end, the meaning changed it to an imperative sentence, light it up. It is as if the ad is instructing people to smoke Roxy cigarettes regardless of gender. We can see that the woman and the man is also smoking the same cigarette, uh, which is the white cigarette by Roxy. The next cigarette advertisement is the Camel filter in 1973 and 1974. The writing dominating this whole advertisement at the top, written in capitals, says Camel filter, which is the brand of the cigarette. Meanwhile, the sentence "gewoon geweldig lekker," that translated to "very delicious," is located at the bottom of the advertisements. It is the copywriting text made to persuade people that the taste of the cigarette is delicious. The use of slogans and text in the comic bubble shows that both men and women can enjoy these delicious cigarettes by seeing that both the man and the woman also holds the same cigarettes, which is Camel filter. With a cigarette on her left hand, she holds the reins that control the camel. In conclusion, the two people give off the impression of free-spirited souls who love challenges and adventures. This ad convinced the viewer that by enjoying Camel cigarettes, any kind of challenges will be fun for both men and women, supported by the slogan "Gewoon geweldig lekker." The next cigarette advertisement is the Galway Cigarette in 1977 to 1978. The brand Galway is capitalized in this advertisement, dominating the ad. At the bottom, there is a slogan that says "De sigaret voor de kenner" in Dutch language, which can be translated to "cigarettes for the connoisseur." Upon a closer look, this slogan has its own meanings. The word "de kenner" means connoisseur in English, referring to a person who is a master at his or her work, such as art, food, or drinks, and has the qualification to judge and appreciate one's quality. Therefore, the meaning of this slogan implies that a person who smokes Galway cigarettes is a man of taste. In the lower left frame, there is a photo of a man and a woman in a completely different setting. They are in a more comfortable situation, sitting in a cafe. The woman is facing the man with her back to the camera, wearing a black blouse paired with a floral skirt. The long-haired woman orders a drink in a cup. The cup is usually associated with hot drinks such as tea or coffee, so it can be implied that she orders one of those drinks. The skirt that she is wearing is showing off her feminine side. The woman is seated in a closed posture where she makes herself look small by putting her hands on her thighs and holding the cup close to her. The body language she displays also shows that she is listening to the man in front of her. On the other hand, the man in this advertisement is depicted as a fashionable and a masculine man. He orders a glass of beer. He is seated in an open posture, evident by his open right palm. With a smile on his face, he looks more dominant compared to the woman. Based on his clothes and the drinks he orders, the advertisement tries to emphasize his masculine side. Masculinity is a set of traits heavily associated with men, such as being tough, strong, independent, and confident. The man's confidence can be seen from the way he initiates the conversation. In line with their slogan, "De sigaret voor de kenner," which means cigarette for the connoisseur, the cigarette is catered towards the upper middle class people or the connoisseurs. Looking at the photos, the men are all experts in their own fields, from a motocross racer, a businessman, to a runner. Thus, what the slogan meant by experts in these advertisements are men. The fifth and the last cigarette advertisement is Caballero Filter in 1980. In this advertisement, we can see the slogan "Smaak voor twee" written in Dutch that can be translated to a taste for two. The pragmatic meaning is closely related to the figures illustrated in the advertisement. It can be interpreted that both men and women can enjoy the cigarette. The meaning behind the slogan is that the taste can be enjoyed for two. Both of them can be seen holding a pipe or a cigarette. They look comfortable with each other based on their close distance, so they might be in a romantic relationship. It can be also concluded that the cigarette can be enjoyed together with friends or loved ones regardless of gender. Now we come to the conclusion. We can see that the four ads conform to the feminism ideals, which were Splendo cigarettes, Roxy, Camel, and Caballero Filter, depicted a woman as a subject, not only as an object in their advertisement. And we can see also most of the women also portrayed as smokers. It symbolizes that women have entered into the activity or habit once exclusive to men, as in smoking and enjoying it. And by not negatively portraying women smokers in the advertisement, it also reveals that they were no longer taboo in society. The image created through these ads is independent women who have complete freedom in expressing their bodies. It also sheds light to the reality that women and men innately have the same needs. But only the Galway Cigarette advertisement portrayed women as an object and a subordinate figure. The woman is there just to complement the man's masculinity, meaning her existence is not important. Also, femininity still constrains her. Masculinity and femininity are portrayed in a very different manner, even though this ad was published in the second wave of feminism. And that's all from me for the presentation about women's image in the cigarette advertisement in the first wave and the second wave feminism in the Netherlands. And thank you.